Hi, I'm Mike Cerrone with Mastermind Agent, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about the For Sale by Owner Ugly Yellow Postcard Marketing Kit. In fact, what we're going to do is an open box review. We're going to dive right in and see what's inside the product. The reason that you need a For Sale by Owner program is that you want to tap into that constant flow of For Sale by Owners that's coming into the market and have an approach where you're going out to them consistently and effectively and converting those For Sale by Owners into listings for your business and a consistent cash flow, a consistent dependable cash flow that's happening week after week, month after month to keep your business moving along. So that's why I want you to have a consistent For Sale by Owner program, and this may be the program for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in and take a look. You're going to go over to the Listing Agent Toolbox and you're going to go here and click on the For Sale by Owner program, and it's going to ask you for your password. So let's go ahead and type that in. Everybody's going to get their own. And that's going to be it. We're going to click that and boom, we get right into the training videos. Okay, so this program, if you know anything about my trainings, I like to keep them as simple as possible. I like to get right to the point. So we've got 5 quick training videos. They're about 25 minutes long. And you're probably asking yourself, why do I have to have training videos? Why don't you just show me the postcards? Well, you need to understand why these postcards are working, what the action and reaction is going to be, what's going to happen when those sellers receive these postcards, read them, see them, and why they're going to react to you, what kind of questions they may have when they call. You need to be in the flow of the program and understand exactly what's happening. So that's why we've got the training, is so that you can understand exactly what's going on behind the scenes, why the program works so well, what the philosophy is of the program, so that this can work for you in the best way possible. So here we go. We've got these 5 training videos. And again, they're about 25 minutes each. They go pretty quick, so it's just a little bit over 2 hours of training. And then we come down to the downloads. The first section here, we've got the audio downloads. So these are basically the audios directly out of the 5 videos up above, so that if you choose to, you can listen to these in your car while you're driving around, or burn them to a CD, or whatever you'd like to do. They're in MP3 format, so they're very easy to use. But you got the 5 parts here that you can download, and as you can see, you got 25, 26, 23, 27, 24 minutes. Give you an idea there of how that works. So the next thing is the slides. If you're going through the training, it may be a point where you're saying, geez, what is that? What did Mike just flash up on the screen? I want to look at that a little closer. You can pop up each slide and actually see what's in there. We also have the samples of the 6 postcards that you're going to use in case you want to see what the original is. And the reason I mention that is we've got these templates down here, and once you start tinkering with those, if you throw things out of whack for some reason, you want to have the original that you can look back at and get it back into sequence. By the way, you're going to have lifetime access to this information for the life of the site. So if that does happen, just come back in here. The easiest thing would be just come back in and go ahead and download the template. Well, here are the templates, and we've got several of them. There are 6 postcards that you're going to use throughout a repeating series, and first of all, they're in standard format. Okay, so you can send them out as the largest size postcard you can send and still get the postcard rate. That's 5.5 by 4.25. And you can do that where you can set these up in a template and send them off to your printer, and the printer can go ahead and print those for you and get them back. You can use a local printer. I have recommendations for national printers that are very inexpensive, or you can even do it on your own, and that's what is down here. Set up the postcards on a 4-up format, so that there's 4 to a sheet of paper, a regular sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11, and you can go ahead and, if you choose to, the least expensive way to do this is go ahead and print them on your own. You can print these postcards right off of your printer, front and back, and send them out. So that's what this is. You can set them up 4-up, and then you can also do, if you choose to, a jumbo size postcard, and this is the largest you can get. 11 by 6 is the largest you can get, and still get the next cheapest rate, which is the letter rate. Your jumbo postcard can be bigger than this, but you're going to start going into more expense. So I went ahead and got you the biggest postcard design that we can do and still get that letter rate for postage. And so this is what you have here for those 6 postcards in jumbo format. Now all these templates are in Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you've got PowerPoint, you pop them open. You're going to need to make a couple of small modifications, like adding your picture, adding adding your name, adding your phone number, adding some of your statistics that we're going to be pointing out, and you're going to put that into the card itself. You can also pop these open in Apple Keynote if you're using an Apple, and you can also pop them open in Google Slides, which is a free program. If you go ahead and get yourself a Google account, which is free, you can get the access to their program called Google Slides that you can pop these open and make those changes. So that's what's going on there. Pretty good stuff. And then down here we have a script. So these postcards, they work on their own to generate leads. If you want to turbocharge things, you go ahead and make either a phone call or a drop by at the door, and we give you a script for what to say if you choose to do that. Also, if you're making those phone calls and you call up and you get an answer machine, which is very common, we've got a voicemail script for that. Also have recommendations for service providers for how you can find these leads. We show you how you can generate these leads on your own with your own research, or how you can get a service company to put those leads together for you and track them. Either way is fine. We show you the two different options there. Also, if you go with the service route, you got another option, which is you can have a dialer if you decide to make phone calls, and we'll show you how you can do some speed dialing and get through those calls really quickly. Again, the postcards will stand on their own. If you just want to get those out and get started, that's great. If you want to turbocharge things though, we've got the scripts for you on the phone and at the door. Also, we've got a couple more handouts. We've got an action plan checklist. This brings it all together. This tells you what sequence you need to do as far as when to send out which postcard, and if you choose to make phone calls or door knocks, when to do those as well. And then we've got a tracking sheet, because you need to know what's working and what's not working, and the only way to do that is to make a little bit of tracking. You need to do that in a certain place, so you're tracking things like how many postcards went out, how many calls came back in, how many listing appointments you set, and how many listings you took. So that's your tracking sheet there. And then we also have this seller info sheet. That's for when the calls start to come back in from the for sale by owner and they say, hey, we're ready to do something. Boom, you got yourself a script and questions that you should be asking to make sure that you're prepared for that listing appointment. All right, so that's the program in a nutshell. I hope that that's pretty cool to you. Let me do this. People have asked in the past, geez, can I take a look at one of the postcards? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and just open up postcard number 6. And before I do, let me just give you a little background on the philosophy for one of the ways that we've set up this program. We know that the for sale by owner out there, when they decide to put their home on the market, they're typically thinking, I'm just going to try this for a certain amount of time. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to go hire me a professional, but I want to try it on my own. And the thing you need to know is that most of these for sale by owners know that date before they start. They know that they're going to try this for a week or 2 weeks or a month. They have some period of time in their head. And here's the typical scenario. You've got two spouses. They're sitting there in the house. They're thinking, we need to sell this and move on. And one of the spouses says, geez, why don't we save the commission? Let me do it. I'll sell it. I'm a good salesperson. And the other one says, no, I don't think that's a very good idea. We need to get a professional. And so they go back and forth, and their compromise is, well, let's try it for X number of days. If you can get it sold on your own and figure this out, great. If not, we're shifting gears and we're going to go get ourselves a professional. In other words, they have a plan A and they have a plan B that they're going to go down those paths. And so this postcard is going to click right into that. So let's go ahead and open this up, see if we can see it. All right, so here we go. We got this postcard. And let's take a look. And it basically says, do you have a backup plan? And then you got this directional sign showing that you know that they have a plan A and they have a plan B. If you don't sell your home yourself, I want to be your plan B. I'll step in and get it sold fast and for top dollar. I want to interview for the job of selling your home. Call today for a free home selling consultation at 555-555-5555. So that's your basic layout for one of the postcards. Notice these things are ugly, by the way, aren't they? It is the ugly yellow postcard program. And why are we doing it ugly and yellow? It's so that we jump out and stand out right in that pile of mail that they pulled in, and they're about to throw all these things away as fast as they can. Well, this is going to grab them as fast as they're zipping it by with, do you have a backup plan? Because you know what? They do have a backup plan. They've been thinking about this for a long time. So that's going to capture their thoughts, and they're going to say, wow, that's exactly exactly what I was thinking. And now they're going to read into it, and you're offering to be their backup plan. You're not trying to beat them over the head and beat them into submission that they need to hire an agent. You're just saying, hey, look, I know you got a backup plan. Why don't you let me be your plan B? And if so, I'm ready to interview for the job of selling your home. You're going to get a lot of calls using a postcard like this. All right, so that's the idea there. So back to the training course here. Again, you can see this is a very simple program. It's not too much. You can get through it quickly. My goal is to get you up and running in 1 week. So you're getting for sell by owners to give you a call and get in that flow in 7 days or less. I want you to be out there taking listings as quickly as possible. So that is a quick open box review for the For Sale by Owner Ugly Yellow Postcard Marketing Kit. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you'll take us up on this offer and jump in and get yourself all 6 of those postcards and the training that goes with it so that you can get yourself a consistent program, a program that goes out there and is consistently bringing in For Sale by Owner leads and listings and closings so that you can get a consistent cash flow each and every month. That's my goal for you, and I hope that you'll go ahead and take advantage of this and get this For Sale by Owner Ugly Yellow Postcard Marketing Kit. Have a great day.